So I've just been inspired to go through the S Club 7 songs. I was listening to I had all my favorite songs from when I was a kid. When I was 15, I kind of made this list where I got all my favorite sort of 70s, 60s songs. And I kind of wanted to just, I don't know, go through them. I feel like if I'm doing things that are inspiring the past, I think those songs are kind of the reason why the, I don't know. I just thought I should in case I need to build up a connection with the songs of the past or remember what they were like to see if there's any more names that I haven't. I've never looked at steps because I don't know. I didn't really like them when I was a kid. I did go through. I was at school, primary school, during this time. I think, I remember going to friend's birthday and they had the Saturday Night Song, and everyone loved it. And I don't know how big this Steps band was in America, but they were very big in England. But I didn't like them because I think they had too much energy. Very, very positive, very, very happy. And then you listen to the songs, tragedy. What's this about? When you're feeling, I don't know, when you're feeling sad, you've got no soul, tragedy. I don't know. I don't know what the words are, but that's always what I heard, and I was just like, yeah, why is that happy? Um, so yeah, I think I always didn't like the band for that reason, and I've never really picked up on the band or anything because I feel like a lot of there's just no truth in a lot of the words, or there's some ones about like a stranger, yay, the straight. I can't remember the words of them. Whatever I've just gone through, I've been writing about it on my Facebook page. But yeah, almost every message seems to have just like taking something that's negative and making it positive. And there's one about happy ending, which sounds like it's a positive thing, but I do massage. Happy ending means, I don't know, wanking in my telling of that, and that's not a good thing. And I think it's a consistency. I feel like you can give an angel a name when there's consistency. And the first three songs that I listened to, I was like, I don't think I can give this a name because it's, there's it's not true. That's not true. And then I was like, well, they're not connecting with me. And it's like, are you trying to sing for me, or are you trying to sing for a specific name or a specific, I was thinking of all the ones that I've got, like deception, and I was thinking of all the negative ones. And I'm like, well, they're all taken. And then I realized trickery isn't actually taken, is it? That's a word that's, I probably thought that there would be an angel of trickery, but I guess it's a tricky one because you don't want to give that one to something, because it's really negative. But because their songs are just so positive and so vibrant and so full of energy, I feel like you can easily give them trickery um, because that they obviously didn't mean to trick people. I think maybe they would have seen it as taking bad things and trying to make positivity. Either that, trying to make positive things, take positivity out of negative. Either they were trying to do that, or they just had no clue what they were actually singing, and they were just like, okay, here's the words from their manager. Okay, I'll sing them. Let's do a dance move. I don't know what they were thinking when they did these songs because they're all very, very negative, and it would have had a chain reaction. People would have listened to them, just thought, these words mean nothing, that they're all backwards, and but it gives an idea. It sets the trend that you shouldn't listen to songs and that they mean nothing, and stuff like this. But they do. They're all wrong and they're all incorrect, and there's all deceptive messages and stuff, and or things that don't really make that much sense, or things that shouldn't be that happy. And I don't know. Running away from the aisle. I'm sure that was about love, and I was just like, well, that makes no sense. That video doesn't match with the words, and I don't know. But yeah, I think that the positive side of them is band full of energy. I mean, I don't think there's any band that has that much energy. They're all like, yay, yay, smiley, smiley, and it's just like, yeah, I never really liked that because it was always a bit like, I was always a bit depressed. I've been depressed pretty much throughout my whole life, and even when I was a kid. I think it was when I realized that my parents were awful and not very good parents. That was kind of when didn't, I lost energy. And then to see band that has so much energy, and you're just like, yeah, I'm not interested. So that's kind of how I feel towards the band. On other things I have been thinking about today, it's been annoying me, this case with my sister about the second child that she's had. And I really want to know what the social workers think. Like, do they think that I'm God? I know my sister said that some of them have watched my videos and stuff, and I have no idea if they've watched it and they believe it, and they're doing things because there's supposed to be my sister, there's a the father has like six brothers and sisters, and one of them's supposed to be living in South Africa, and there's this form that says that, there's someone else there, and my mum's taking this person very seriously, and like saying, oh, I want to know more about this person, and she's got a child that's one and stuff, and I don't know, she asked me questions about it, and I have no idea. I don't know really who his brothers or sisters are, and I think there was one that ran off, and we don't know what happened to him, but maybe they have tracked him down and stuff. So it does seem like a plausible story. But at the same time, if it is a plausible story, it means that they generally don't believe that I'm God. And if they generally don't believe that I'm God, then they generally think that I'm incapable of looking after kids. And, if that's seriously how they feel, they're going to completely rule me out based on a report full of lies. And they're not even going to give me a chance to it's a 12-page, whatever. I don't care. But I don't know. It it feels like it might actually be the truth that they generally don't think I'm capable, in which case I want the whole social services to be shut down, because they're obviously doing things wrong. If they think someone like me is not capable of looking after a baby, I think that they obviously not don't have a clue what they're doing, and they should be shut down. I understand that there are some children at risk, but yeah, if you're going to rule out someone that's perfectly like, I'm the god of this world, I'm literally very, very intelligent, very, very smart, very, very capable, and if they haven't seen any of that, then I think they're mentally ill and shouldn't be in the job that they're doing. And another thing that's annoyed me is my sister's finally got a bill for the older child. She has an older child, and she's managed to see custody, get time in a call center that, well, she was told last month that she's going to have to pay £200 an hour. And well, the bill turns out to be 1,800 for the last 9 months. So I think it works out to be £200 a session, which is £100 an hour. So not quite as cheap, but I don't know. They didn't tell her anything about price. They said there might be a fee, but they never said anything about quote or how much it's cost. And I think that's completely illegal. If you're forcing someone to pay childcare, and then saying, okay, well, you can see your child in this call center, and if they spend 3 years trying to get access to that call center, and then suddenly you get access to the call center, and they say, oh, there's going to be a fee, but we're not going to. My sister doesn't ask questions. She's autistic, so she doesn't ask questions. So she would just be like, okay, and then just to slap a £1,800 bill on her at the end of the year. She said that she's not going to pay it, rather than saying what will happen if I don't pay it. She would just be like, oh no, I'm not paying it. And then they said that they're going to get bail. They're going to pass it on to the debt collector, which means that she's not only going to have to pay for the debt, she's also going to have to pay for the debt collection fee, and maybe even court fees. I don't even know. So my sister's not competent, so she doesn't ask these questions. She would just. I've told her, and she knows, and I think she is going to pay it now, because she doesn't like the sound of having to pay for debt. In fact, she's actually just thinking pay the debt collector, and I was like, I know, but they might charge more. That's what I told her. As soon as she said, oh, I won't pay the, I'll just pay the debt collector. And I was like, yeah, but you have to pay. Like, they don't say anything, they don't communicate this. I don't know, but this whole system is taking advantage of people that don't ask questions, and to slap a 1,800 bill onto someone and force them to pay childcare, say that you're not allowed to see the child for 3 years, and then after 3 years be like, okay, well, we'll give you the custody, and then 6 months later say, oh, we've actually charged you £1,800. This is robbing. This is the government setting up some sort of plan that literally just robs people like my sister. Okay, she's an idiot, and being an idiot is expensive. But yeah, this is supposed to be run by the government, and it'd be so easy just to set up some sort of play center where there's bean bags, and like a climbing an indoor climbing center frame thing. £20 an hour. That's all you need to do. You don't need to charge someone £100 an hour or £200 an hour to have this. And these call centers that she's doing, she's just sitting and staring at the child. That's what she was telling us, that she doesn't do anything, she doesn't speak or anything. She just stares at the child. So I don't know. And she's also living in Brighton, so she has to pay £20 or £30 in a train ticket to go and see this. So she's paying a huge amount for this. She doesn't realize how much she was even paying. And I feel like there's just so many things wrong in the government system, and in lawyers. Oh my God, they're so terrible. Some of them are just so corrupt and just interested in money. And I don't know. I feel like there's just so many problems here. And because of all this problem, I mean, to to say, oh yeah, well, it's you have to pay for this call center, and then 9 months later be like, oh, it's £1,800. I feel like just to say it's not that much money, but if you're only making £400, I think she makes like £600-700 a month or something, but £400 gets taken to childcare and for the childcare of the oldest son, and she's having to have to pay rent for a lot of the time. She was paying the rent, so basically all the money that she was making was just going on rent or childcare. She had nothing left for herself, and on top of that, to give someone like £1,800 bill. I mean, do they know what they're doing? I don't think they do. And because of this, it's just making me think, well, maybe they're serious and they generally think that I'm not capable of looking after a child. And they generally are considering this long lost brother in South Africa. So you're going to take a chance with someone, a long lost brother in South Africa, rather than, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just making out about this one because they're waiting, because they're going to wait till September to decide if that person is suitable. Maybe I'm kind of believing that they know that I'm God. They know I'm going to be a big brother, and they're just going to tell me in September that we'll wait until after you've left the big brother house before giving you the child. I mean, I still do want the child. I know if I go to America, I don't know, I'm going to be on the brother probably for, I don't know how long it's going to be for, a month, 3 months. And then I'm going to go into hiding for 3.5 years, which would be very easy to look after a child if I'm just in hiding, or, but yeah, and I'm probably have one on my own as well. But I don't really know. I don't know, and it's bothering me. There's loads of things that I don't know, and that's just one of the things that I don't know. But yes, I also need to say a final thing, which is, this problem that I have with snails. Okay, look how many there are. There's 30 tiny little snail things that I've managed to collect up there. The person in the shop said that you're supposed to just leave them because they're not a big problem. It's like I had 3 snails a month ago, and now I've got 30 in there, and that's not me really looking very hard. That was literally just me just getting a scooper and grabbing all the sides off. I don't know, there was 2 that I missed there, and there's quite a few in there still. There's about 4 or 5 still there. So I'm pretty sure that even though there's 30 there, I've only got half the number of snails in there. So that shopkeeper that told me just to leave the snails, that's not what you do, because if you leave the snails, I'm going to have like 200 in there within the next month. So I think every week I'm going to have to try and just scoop out as many snails as I possibly can. I don't know what to do. How do you kill snails? But yes, anyway.